Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for match day 16. Ipswich Town 0, Wrexham 0. This was not pretty, but it was a point away from home for some are saying the champions elect or someone to go right back up. Ipswich Town are a very good side, and Parkinson set up the squad today to get a point away. We got two interviews real quick with Parkinson and Max Clearworth, and we're going to talk a little bit about the stats and what I thought about my talking points too. Sometimes it ain't pretty. Sometimes it ain't pretty. There were some good things that happened on the pitch, some mediocre things as well that happened. Mainly the passing. By the way, our passing is at times just atrocious. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what that's all about. I think we get a rush of blood to the head out there. And the passing just turns into just malarkey. I think because they're they're kind of in between two minds. You could see it with Dobson. Dobson wants to go forward, and he sees somebody in the back, so he's in between two minds, and things like that happen. But let's just take the positives real quick and talk about those talking points. That Wrexham did go away to Portman Road, team that was in the Premier League last year, and we got a point. I know Parkinson. I didn't listen to the interview yet. There's an interview with him and Max Clearworth, and I have him talking about what he thinks about it too. He's going to sing the praises. I know who he is for sure. They're going to be disciplined. Said we were good with the ball. That's what's coming in right now. I will tell you this flat out. It is. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of what we're doing. In May, this may be one of the biggest points that we have to help us get promoted, to get into the playoffs. As an actual watch, it is. The threads are stripped down to the core. It's a lot to take in. Sometimes it ain't pretty. Sometimes it ain't pretty, but proud of the boys today. Proud of what they did. Some of the stats were statting. They had 63%. We had 39. We had 2 shots, 0 on goal, which is fucking awful. Let's just be honest. We had no shots on target. They had 8, but we kept them out. They kept us out. We were anemic up front, and everyone said we didn't have our number 1 striker, and we didn't. Kiefer Moore is down. We don't know what the extent of that injury or timeline will be, but Sam Smith is capable. Just he didn't have any opportunities to go and make good on what he can do. What's up, Habs? How you doing? Kodov says the away fans were louder today. We did well with what squad we have. Well, that's the squad is squad, man. Sam Smith is capable, and we were not looking to go forward. Everyone's trying to come up with the caveats of we did the squad or the injuries and things like that. Well, when you get on the pitch, I mean, that was the game plan today. The game plan today was to go and get a point away, to disrupt and to, go and, stay in the game as long as possible. And we did. And Arthur Okonkwo had a big performance today with all the pressure that was going on in that back line. You can see that, thank God he is getting more comfortable back there. And he's able to, oh God, I just got a message from Marie from SoCal. 5th yellow card of the season for Lewis O'Brien, meaning he will serve a 1-match ban. So he will not be around on Monday. Thank you, Marie from SoCal, if you're out there too. 5 yellow cards for him, so he's not going to be there on Wednesday, which is a bummer, but we got coverage in the middle of the park. So, but what was I saying? Arthur Okonkwo was great. I thought the defense was solid. The back 3 between Max, Scarzy, and Hyam is solid. Longman did what he can do, on his side. Maka, going in, I was like, jeez, I don't know. Middle of the park, Thomason I thought was immense. Dobson was immense until he got tired at the end. And like I said, his passing is dreadful. But his work rate, his grit, his everything he puts out there on the pitch, it's fantastic. And that back 3 is very solid. In the middle of the park, we are solid too. Shake put himself about too. He got a yellow card. Parkinson made a good decision there, bringing off the 2 yellow-carded guys and getting on fresh legs. Matty James and who else came up? Why am I losing my mind here? Matty James and help me. Matty James. Why am I blanking here? Anyways, I'll think of it in a second. Bringing on Matty James. And then Broadhead came on. Was it Broadhead? It might have been. No, Broadhead came on for Windass. Broadhead came out for Lewis O'Brien. Sorry. Lewis O'Brien. I just mentioned it too. Lewis O'Brien. If you're looking for offense, today was not the game to do it. Also coming back after a break. International break, you never know what's going to happen. But Parkinson made good subs to bring those 2 guys off because we were getting overrun at certain times, letting them have the ball, giving them possession, obviously with 64% possession. We had no intent. This game could still be going on right now. We would not be scoring a goal. we would not score a goal. This game, what is it? It's 11:36 right now. If the game started at 7, that game was playing right now, we would still not score a goal. This is not going to happen. I do like our defensive shape. I do like what we're doing in the back line. I think that is that unfortunately for Doyle, although I would have started Doyle over Maka in that left wing back role. Maka did fine. I mean, it's whatever. He played 90 minutes. Good for him. If he plays 90 on Wednesday, I'll be shocked. But the unbeaten run continues, and Parkinson outfoxed Ipswich and struggled. They struggled. They were frustrated. They were time wasting. I don't know why. And our defense was solid. Sam Smith, I felt bad for. He did put himself about, but what's he going to do up there? There's nothing. We put 11 men behind the ball. Jose Mourinho type parking the bus. What's he going to do? Windass was all right. Looked a lot of sink here and there. Thomason, I really liked his game, and there's a lot of positives. But again, as a watch, it was a grind. It was a grind. I mean, it was not good to watch. It was awful, to be honest with you. But again, they can't all be beautiful one-touch pass, triangle football, cross coming in, headed down, goals all the time. It just can't be that. This is a grind. The championship is an absolute grind. So we got to take that point away and be very happy about it. And I'm sure Parkinson will be very happy about it too. With Ipswich dominating and missed opportunities for them. No real clear cut opportunities for them. I would really say that. But everything that kind of went right to AO, and AO had to make a couple nice saves, like really nice snap saves. But it was very good. This mention with Wrexham time about O'Brien getting 5 yellow cards. I missed it. I went to had something I had to do. Leaf and Sarah says, "What's up?" And picked up a sloppy game to fly across the pond for. Well, sorry about that, dude. Hey, at least you got to go to a match, so enjoy that. But listen, we are a resilient side. Parkinson has these guys cooking in the way that he knows how best to do it, and you got to give him credit for it too. So let's see what he has to say about the match right now. I can almost, not listening to it, I can almost hear what he's going to say in my head.
Point here at Portman Road. What are your overriding emotions at the full-time whistle?
No, I've got to be very pleased with the performance today, the effort level, the discipline, the communication, the desire as a team. Was right up there with what it needed to be against a team who've obviously had some great results in recent weeks and have got a lot of talent out on pitch. So we've got to be very pleased with taking the point today. We came here with injury problems, but we didn't make too big a thing of it. We just focused on the work on the training pitch this week to be able to put a performance in like that.
Yeah, we didn't play out of our skin. We didn't extend ourselves. I think that's what. I mean, the shape is like a Sean Dyche team today. That's exactly what it was, like a Sean Dyche team today. We did what we had to do to get that point, and fair play to Parkinson for what he had to do. And not complaining about the injuries. What do the injuries happen? It's part of the match. You got to what next man up.
The Ipswich were on 10 points from their last 4. What was key today when you stepped out onto that pitch to make sure you could get a result here?
I think first of all, it's the discipline and the structure, and everyone buying into that, which we've had all season. But it had to be detailed, it had to be right, and I thought the lads did it really well. The communication all over the pitch was excellent, and when we needed to, we blocked things, and Arthur's had to make a couple of good saves. So all in all, the lads have given us a lot today, and it's another good test for us, which we've come through well.
I'll tell you, this is exactly what he wanted today. Good on him. Like I said, don't take what listen. During the matches, we do the watch-ons, get frustrated. It's me doing it on there, frustrated because we want to score goals with whatever it is. So, those are different. When you're in it and you're in the trenches and you're watching it, it's a tough thing to see. But I say, 3 hours later, even still, call it the gear grind. But we stood firm. A tough point away to Ipswich. It's a good point. It really is. But you look at it. It's like, all right, let's look in 3 months from now. I mean, shoot, Ipswich Town will probably be there and thereabouts. But you gotta. There are some glaring issues that with our passing, but Parkinson went there, did a job. Everyone was stuck to their task, and we got a result, and that is a good thing. And the results, I want to win. Everyone picked us to lose. That's what I was saying during the watch along, like the standards, get them off the floor. It's like, let's go and win a game. But Parkinson did the right thing today. That's why he's the manager. I'm sitting here in the hospital room and doing this job over here on this side of the thing. We're a fan channel. We support the team. Mike Shane says, with the midfielders focusing on defense and not pushing forward, Smith, Windass, and Broadhead had no service to do anything. Essentially, we gave up any chance of offense except for accidents. We did. It was There was zero offense. Zero. I zero offense. We could be going right, still playing right now. We would not be scoring. But that's what he wanted to do. The discipline, the communication, that's what it is. I really feel bad for Broadhead. I really do. I don't know what is going on. If I'm him, maybe he comes good at the end of the season, towards the end of the season. But I really, he's a good player. I don't know what's going on. Coming into a match like that and only getting a couple minutes is, there's something. He's a great player.
John, that injury front, when you've got no keeper, no Issy, no Lily, and then you've got to bring different players in, is it testament to that character in the squad when they've put in the performances they have done in a test like this today?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've had bits of things go against us recently with the injuries. Obviously, is it going away with Burkina Faso and doing his hamstring? Wasn't the phone call I wanted to receive while we were having a couple of days off over the international break. But Longy went to the right, Jimmy came in. I thought they both did really well. They were up against some real talent out there, not just at that starting, but they always make changes on.
Yeah, McLean was played against a kid at 18 years old. McLean got forward a couple times, but Thomason was the one who was doing the yeoman's work out there and helping him out. I mean, listen, fair play. McLean didn't, that kid he rinsed him a couple times at the beginning. Macca did his job out there. Parkinson trusts him. That's what's going on. Longman going into the right side, tried to get a little offense going. That wasn't the game plan today. It wasn't. So if the game plan was sit back, absorb the pressure, maybe get lucky with a goal. That's it. Go away with a point. Awesome. Don't get opened up. Great.
70 minutes and Jimmy and Longy handled them so well. And I thought Sam Smith put in an amazing effort for us at the top of the pitch. I'm so pleased with Sam. That's a big ask for him today. He hasn't played a lot of football, but he's been waiting patiently for his chance, and I thought he took it.
Yeah. Listen, now Parkinson isn't. He talked about, I think, on one of the other podcasts that he talked about what are your measurements of things that are going, that you see good. And the measurement today was effort levels. Keep them up there. Keep pressure on them. Stay in the shape. And you're right. Sam Smith, unfortunately, hasn't had his opportunities to start matches there. And he did. He put around effort. He was chasing shadows on that. Pressure up front, a little bit here and there, chasing shadows. That's not easy to do. And for a guy that hasn't been playing and wants to score goals, and that's his job tonight, and he did his job, stuck to his task, that effort level right there, you can't ask for. Most guys, some guys up front, Erling Haaland doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, that guy's not going to go do that. You see, he talked about everyone buying in. Sam Smith not playing a lot of games and going and doing a job like that. You have to give them something. Windass looked a little off. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's. I don't know. But their job wasn't to score goals tonight. If they got one back, maybe. We had no shots on goal. No shots on goal. And 2 shots. That's one of them was like outside of the box. It wasn't the goal tonight. It wasn't the goal. Parky's choice is for with Parky's choice for playing style. Broadhead is a waste of a signing. Is a wasted signing. Well, tonight it was for sure. And Need Doyle on left wing back, Longman on right wing back, James and Schaaf double pivot. Build up. Well, what's the game on Wednesday? Is it Bristol City? I think is it Bristol City? Yeah, we'll have a totally different task then. But maybe we'll start Barney, but Longman on the right. Sorry, on the left, but I would be starting the young kid over there. That's what I would do.
Scandalous in that group as well. Obviously, you've got Harry Ashfield who's come back onto that bench. Alex Moore, who is in the travelling squad for the first time. Even though you've had those changes, everyone's pulling in that right direction.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, and that's what we've been all about as a club. The togetherness, on and off the pitch. The supporters and everybody with the club. And I think you saw that today. And it was great for Harry Ash to get a chance on the bench today. Young Alex to travel down with the team, and that's good for our academy. And like I said, hopefully, in the next week or two, we'll have a few players back in contention. Ollie Rathbone's got a slight problem, but I don't think that's going to keep him out too long because we could do with him back. Lewis.
Ollie Rathbone has a slight problem. The injury bug is just killing us.
It's now got 5 bookings, so it's an opportunity for Ollie if we get
Lewis O'Brien with the 5
in the frame.
Yeah, Lewis O'Brien with the 5 bookings right there. There it is right there. I know they talked about it in Wrexham time, apparently. So maybe it does open up for Ollie Rathbone if he can keep himself fit.
Bristol Wednesday night, and fair to say, a great opportunity back in the Stoke Arras to build on this momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I think I really want to make that a cracking atmosphere again because I can't stress enough the importance of that atmosphere at the Stoke Curragh Stadium. And you know, I know a lot of our supporters back home will have watched that game today and seen the lads who give the club a lot, that wore the shirt with real pride. And you know, I want to see that kind of again on Wednesday and kind of keep our momentum going and create the atmosphere like we've had in the last few home games, which has been terrific.
Yeah, we're on a pretty good run. We're on a pretty good run, I got to tell you. You know, Parkinson's got us. I wouldn't say we're cooking, but we're doing what we need to do to stay in this. We're only, what, 3 points off of getting in the playoffs. I mean, that's good. We're in 14th place and 3 points off. It's good. It's good. I'm not flip-flopping at all, but, you know, you got to, you know, the positives are there. And I think we're going to grow into this league, and I think we need to go into the market in January for sure. Without Kakache and Kabore, our wingers are no threat. And thus we go defensive and play for a 1-0 game. Well, we did it last year too. And that's sometimes that's what you got to do. You know, like I said, it ain't pretty. The gears are grinding. It ain't pretty, but you know, getting the result away. You never want a 0-0. Everyone, I mean, the crowd was crowding. You know, I think they're all happy to be there and they support the team no matter what. And I do too. Yeah, getting the point, staying in the league, you know. I know we're not on that first page yet, but we will be on that first page. Hopefully we get a result at home, and fair play to the traveling support. Not to be able to see a goal, you know. I mean, no one goes to watch a defensive duel. No one really goes to a baseball game to go watch a no-hitter on both sides. But it's good. Let's see what Max has to say.
Against Ipswich, how do you react to that one as a whole?
Yeah, I think it was a good game. You know, we obviously defended a lot. It probably would have been nice if we could have, you know, worked them a bit more and created a bit more. But you know, sometimes that's
literally at all.
Football, and I think coming away here, who obviously a top team and they're expected to be right up there. I don't think we can argue with the point really.
When you come away to Ipswich, obviously side of the Premier League last season, the quality they've got in those attacking areas. For you as a defender, you know that it's almost even more important that you stick together as a unit to make sure you can be solid.
Yeah, I think
great learning experience for him there too. I'm pleased with the point and not us having many of our starters. Okay, Ruth. All right, everyone's pleased with the point. I think so. That's not bad.
You know, you're going to have to cover each other. You're going to have to win individual battles at time. I think obviously their attack, the lads who come on and the lads who started, is a really, really good threatening sort of forward line. So I think overall we dealt quite well with it. I think they had a couple moments, but yeah, overall we can be sort of pleased and take pride with the clean sheet.
Yeah, it's a clean sheet. The defensive duties that were happening in that back line with AO and Schaaf and Thomason were fantastic. We're absolutely fantastic. He's getting a workout. You know, he's getting a workout. He's 22 years old, 23 years old, whatever he is. But he's never going to get dropped at this point, in my opinion, unless he's just not. Parkinson won't drop him.
When you reflect back on it and the way games you have been through this.
And he's learning, by the way. He is definitely learning. Max is learning his trade, for sure. On-the-job training, for sure. Some mistakes here and there, but what are you going to do? He's 23 years old. And nobody's perfect. You know, nobody's perfect. But I got to say, you know, he's growing into his own in this league as well. So good on him. And Parkinson talking about, you know, having Alex going down and having Ashfield be there, learning experiences too. It is very good. Just to learn how to be a professional, which is nice.
Season, does it feel like you really see that progression in what you've done on the training pitch starting to really show fruition on that pitch?
Yeah, I think so. And I think obviously, you know, people have gelled a bit more and football. I think it's certainly, you know, the last few away performances we've been probably more solid. But you know, we need to try and sort of nick things in the other end as well and try and take all 3 points at times.
For you, massive defensive effort across.
Yep, Max is 23. Yep. He used the word gel. He knows we're gelled. He knows we're gelled. We're ready to rock.
The back line, just a word on Arthur, who came out and made a number of important punches, saves, catches at key times for you.
Yeah, you know, I just spoke earlier. He's a top goalkeeper. I've sort of been lucky to play with him over the last few years, and you know, I think the kind of character he is, he's so relaxed and laid back that, you know, he never sort of comes out screaming and stuff. He just gets on with the job and does it extremely well. You know, like
I'd like AO to be a little bit more vocal, but that's not his game. Some guys don't do that, you know. But he, you know, you could see him building in his own right too. I mean, there's not really much you could say wrong with AO today. He did his job. He really did. He really did.
Against Charlton and Portsmouth, you know, he made a number of good saves there, and today it was no different. Catching crosses and making saves again. But yeah, he's a top keeper and a top guy.
He's learning how to be stronger in the air too. The AO, just as he's talking about it, he's learning how to be stronger in the air, punch the ball, come for the ball a little bit less indecisive as he was at the start of the season. Like, should I come or should I go? I think that's very good. That's good growth. Max too is trying to keep the ball on the deck a little bit more himself. He's like I said, he's doing fairly well. And Parkinson, I really likes him. He's going to be, he's going to be there.
So we made up your step up to the championship. There's been a fair few changes to that back line across the course of the season for injuries, any sort of which reasons. Do you feel really quite settled now at this stage of the season as a player?
Yeah, I think, I'm enjoying it. It's certainly a challenge. And the challenge, obviously, that I expected, it's always going to be hard. And it's certainly going to be difficult, but it's one that I'm starting to enjoy. And yeah, just sort of love the challenge of playing against these top players. And as you said, obviously, we've had changes in defence, but I think anyone who comes in is going to do a good job. There's that sort of team spirit we've got that will take us a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Just finally.
Yeah, also, too, I mean, listen, he does not, Max never looks out of place. Max never looks out of place. So, he's really, he's got Heim next to him, got Scar next to him on the right. He's been, there's been swap here and there, but on the wing, but he's doing very, very well. I like our back line.
A long journey back for those travelling fans. What's your message for them tonight?
Yeah, just another big thanks. I think they stood out. I think it rained right through from the warm up right to the end of the game. So I think it's obviously definitely a cold one for them. But just a big thanks. They never stopped singing, never stopped making noise. Even at the end, giving us a big clap off. I think we really appreciate that, and look forward to seeing them all again on Wednesday. Cheers, Max.
All right, well done, Maxie boy. There we go. Max and Parkinson have their say about you. Well done. To be very, very interesting transfer window in January, says Maria. And how long will Paramount choose to televise our games if we don't produce any more exciting content? All of them. Wrexham is a global phenomenon. They will all of them. That's what I think. Lewis O'Brien, yes, he's out. Yeah, 5 yellow cards. That means 1 match. Max gets the most out of skills of any player out there. Max gets the most out of skills of any player out there, but he will never be Premier League player. It's a good shout. Want to see how he progresses. Let's hope he does do well. Listen, went to Portman Road back after a long break, getting a draw. Players are out. Parkinson went there for a result, and we got a result. Good on us. Well done, Wrexham. We're in the fight. Some interesting results today that kept us in 14th place. Preston lost to Blackburn 2-1. Bristol City 3-0 to Swansea. Charlton got spanked 5-1 by Southampton. Coventry won 3-2. West Brom were down to 10 men there. Birmingham 4-1 over Norwich. Derby 2. Watford 3. And us, we had a 0-0. Middlesbrough drew 1-1. Portsmouth beat Millwall. QPR beat Hull. Leicester lost, beat Stoke. Oxford, beat Stoke. Leicester beat Stoke. So, there's results out there too. Just keep grinding away, I do fear that once AO reaches a certain level, the EPL teams will make offers to him. Well, let's see what happens here. One game at a time. I fear that Parky will turn down offensive players in the January transfer window. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's see where we are, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Every game, Paramount broadcast every League One game last year too. They were the foot bunker, absolutely. All right, great day today. As a result, like I said, not a sexy football result, but it is what it is. Happy for us. We go again on Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll be bringing Rant, I believe. So just keep an eye out, keep the bells on. Also, we are like 18 away from getting our 3,001 subscribership. So please become a member, subscribe to the channel, share it out. We're almost there. What a great, exciting time to be a part of this community and a part of Wrexham. We're 3 points off third now and looking so good, says Sean BFC. Absolutely. All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Birmingham City won today too. And Wrexham 0-0 draw at Ipswich Town, Portman Road. Good stuff. And on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.